Welcome to the Third Win channel. Today we're doing Victorious Seasons Ranked, and this comes as a close to our episode tier list series for Victorious. We've done seasons 1, 2, 3, and 4. We've talked about every single episode in the show, and we've put these episodes into tier lists within their seasons, and now we're finally getting into the seasons ranked, which is how we close off these episode tier lists. So we've already done iCarly, Zoe 1, Drake and Josh, and now we're heading into our fourth closed series for this series on the channel, Victorious. So let's get into the video. We got 4 seasons, and usually I like to give each season a bit of a nickname, but for Victorious, it was just, I found it impossible because the seasons are, they're not as identifiable. I don't know how to explain that. Like, I don't know, if you're watching Zoe 101, there's a bit of a timeline. If you're watching The Walking Dead, there, you can define, oh, that season they were at the barn or whatever. But here I couldn't. So I just put down the amount of episodes which are in each season, which is an important part of this video as well. But let's start talking about each season, starting with season 1. Season 1 is the longest season. It's also the first season. And to be honest, I think that out of the 4 shows I've talked about, this is the best pilot or first season because it was just so creative and it didn't need that much to kind of be good. Like, even the stories within the school, the different creative things they came up with, like, for example, Rabarazzi, this iconic episode, or, I don't know, Sleepover at Sikowitz, which is just uh the whole gang kind of at their teacher's house, all acting in character, or the great ping pong scam with all the mystery and ending, and even the music in the very first season was very good. We have funny episodes like the Diddly Bops, where they're all dressing as different foods, or Tori the zombie, where she's racing to get her makeup off. We have Jade dumps Beck, which gets us a bit of a story, and we have the pilot, which starts the whole show. We introduce us to the characters of the show, and I think it does a great job at it as well. We have the bird scene, which kind of introduces Tori to how things kind of work at the school. We have stage fighting, starting the whole beef between Tori and Jade, and there's just a lot of interesting stuff. And even like just for the super fans, there's things like The Wood or Wi-Fi in the Sky, which really has a lot of different kind of fun moments, which aren't super story based, but they're just a lot of fun. I think I've talked enough about season 1, but yeah, really great start. Moving on, we got season 2, which is a fan favorite season, and if you don't count Blooptorious and A Christmas Story even a part of the season, it's really more 11 episodes. Um, and for 11 episodes, this season is super solid and consistent. We start with Begging on Your Knees, which is a really great episode, which I think we all saw coming. This kind of revenge, like the girls kind of, or really more Tori teaming up against a bad guy. We got Ice Cream for Kesha featuring Kesha with, I think, a really creative ice cream bit, and there's just so many funny moments in that one. We have some episodes which I'm less of a fan of, like, I guess Tori Gets Stuck, I'm not a big fan of, or Terror on Cupcake Street sometimes, I guess. I don't know. It's a little weird and maybe winded, but otherwise we also get Jade Gets Crushed in this season, which is one of my favorite episodes, because I've always thought that Jade and Andre were something cute. I don't know, something that kind of worked. We have Locked Up, where they travel to a different country and they get into prison, and it's so wacky and fun. We also get Helen in this season from Drake and Josh, and we get the whole murder mystery kind of episode in Who Did It to Trina. There's just, this season doesn't really have a bad episode, I guess, other than Tori Gets Stuck, but that one's not even that bad compared to some stuff that's coming up next. So yeah, I think this season, sorry, is very, very good, and the key word here is consistent. And let me just mention, in season 1, I guess I should mention the episodes which I think are not so good, and that's Kat's New Boyfriend and a film by Dale Squires, but again, those aren't that bad as what's to come in season 3, which has 12 episodes. And here, let me just start off right away by saying I don't like Car, Rain, and Fire. I don't like Andre's Horrible Girl. And I don't really like the April Fool's episode either. Crazy Pawnee can get on your nerve because it's kind of an annoying episode. So right off the bat, you can hear that I have some doubts about this season, but all in all, it's still fairly consistent. It's not that bad, and when it gets bad, it's not so bad. And there's still some moments I love in this season. Like I know that people hate the Breakfast Bunch, but I personally love it. I think it's a really fun episode. The Gorilla Club puts us in a new setting and challenges Tori. What else do we got here? Tori and Jade's Playdate, I think, is a really fun episode where we get to see Tori and Jade work together. And How Trina Got In is a fun episode about how Trina got in. And the Blonde Squad is a great season finale for this season, seeing them all blonde, which is, I mean, a small part of this episode, but I still think it's really fun. And Tori Goes Platinum is this kind of star-studded kind of episode for Tori, which we don't really get back into, but I think it's a good episode. But you can hear season 3 is, yes, a little bit downhill for me. Next, we got season 4, which, if you didn't know, season 3 and season 4 are actually the same production. They were filmed at the same time, and they were really treated as a unit, but the Nickelodeon kind of split them into 2 seasons, and ultimately that's how I see these seasons. Some people say, oh, they're the same season, but Nickelodeon decided to release them as 2 seasons, and that's what I go by. But so there are a lot of similarities between season 3 and 4. I don't really know how they decided to order them, but season 4 struggles from some of the same stuff. There's that episode, like maybe the worst episode of the show is Brain Squeezers, and maybe the second worst episode is Three Girls and a Moose. What else do I not like about this season? I think Star Spangled Tori is actually a bit of a weak episode, and The Bad Roommate I'm not such a big fan of. A little bit, season 4 and season 3 struggle from a lot of the same things because of what I just mentioned. But that being said, I think season 4 has some incredibly important and good moments in the show as well. I really love Opposite Date exploring the Jade, Tori, Beck triangle. I really enjoy, for example, the slap fight, which kind of criticizes our main cast for being so I don't know, involved or kind of spoiled, I guess, in a way. We also have Tori fixes Jade and Beck, which gives us some closure on Jade and Beck, which I think is great. And otherwise, we have some really fun episodes such as Wanko's Warehouse or what else? Let's see. Robbie Sells Rex is an interesting one to explore. But yeah, we also get like 2 episodes Cell Block and Victorious are both episodes which I think are set up by Sikowitz as like challenges. Kind of weird. Maybe ran out of ideas there, but it's not as bad as people say it is. That's my opinion on season 4 and season 3. They're not that bad, but when it comes down to it, my number 4 pick, and I'll explain why, is season 4. And the reason why it's season 4 is that if you told me to sit down and I had to watch either which season would I not want to watch? If you told me, okay, you have to watch a full season of Victorious, sit down, which season would I not want to watch? That's season 4. And I've kind of gone over why. It's just there's some really bad episodes which I really wouldn't want to sit through again, especially since I recently rewatched the show. So, yeah. But a close second is season 3, and like I mentioned, it's just a little bit more consistent than season 4. So, this is close. But I feel like season 4 has some of my more. I think I have more episodes I actually enjoy from season 4, but season 3 is a little more consistent. I want to look at seasons as a whole. But now we get into what's better, season 2 or 1. And we've got an order so far, and we actually continue to go in order because season 2 is my number 2. I think that a lot of people would put season 2 at their number 1, but for me, let me talk about season 2 first. I think that season 2 is fantastic, but there's nothing that like screams, I don't know. It's the most consistent season, I'd say. And it's got pretty much only good episodes, but there aren't as many fantastic episodes as in season 1, I'd say, if I could say that. And I don't know, I do really enjoy season 2. Don't get me wrong. But for some reason, I think for a first season, season 1 just does something special. I don't know. It kind of does more with less, if I could say that. It sets us up. I think that we get a more natural cast with their characters kind of working at their prime. Maybe that's not entirely true, but I think a lot of people point out how like Kat is the best at season one, and I think I'd agree with that stuff. And we get just so many iconic moments and episodes, and the music is arguably at its best in season one or two. Again, it's close. It's close. I know, but we also get 19 episodes in season one, and we don't really get that many disappointing ones. So it's just packed with more good stuff, and I do want to respect the fact that like a first season did so well, because when I was looking at season one, I was like, the first thing I thought about when making these episode tier lists was, wow, all the stuff already came in season one. I was impressed. I was shocked. Like, I thought these episodes came later, and that's ultimately why I decided to put season one at the number one spot, and season two at the number two spot, and then the season three and four, which were produced as one season but divided by the what's it called, Nickelodeon. Um, yeah, I put season three above season four, but you know, I don't know. It's very close. But these are my final rankings. But right now, Victorious, this part of the this series is over for Victorious, but that doesn't mean we won't see more Victorious on this channel. You can definitely request stuff. I'm down to do character spotlights or episode spotlights, or I have a lot of ideas. But in terms of this series, the episode tier list series, what do you guys want to see next? I need you guys to let me know. I don't have a community tab because I'm not at 1,000 subscribers yet. That's your job, by the way. Subscribe down below if you haven't already. But let me know in the comments what you want to see next. Upvote the comments for that. Like if someone says a show, then and you like that show, you can upvote that comment as well. That's a vote as well. But just let me know, because if you want to see something, you gotta speak up. And otherwise, that's been the Third Wind channel. I think this video is a little bit longer than my other ones, and I apologize for that. I just had a lot to say. But for now, this has been the Third Wind channel. I'll see you guys very soon with a new video, and yeah, see you guys soon.